Welcome, everybody, to what should be a memorable experience for everybody here in the building. The Big 12 Championship game has a history of wild, dramatic finishes, and based on this matchup today, we could be in for another one. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic fit to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the Akron Zips. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. He'll return it from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They'll tackle him at the 27.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The back's got it again. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's moving out of the pocket now. The defense gets him, but it's a first down. Shows you how dangerous he can be scrambling.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
The Zips line up on 1st and 10 now. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Trying to extend the play. Quarterback looking to scramble. It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got it. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Offense now operating in the red zone, facing a 3rd and short from the 20. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. Quick throw on 4th down to the left side. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast and puts so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
That's going to be incomplete. The first down drops here in the middle of the field. All right, it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, you'd love to see a few more yards here to give yourself a better chance on 3rd down. Now, here early in this game, we get a big 3rd down to see if this offensive line can keep the pressure off the quarterback.
Running out of time in the pocket. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
And it's good. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. He's got it inside the 15. And they'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. The guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. They're going to run it here. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Jesus. There's 2 lives and $40 million in gold. It was away.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
A solid run, good for 1st down yardage. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Looks to his left and makes the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
I just don't like to even get at him. I'll do
2nd down after that completion. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Caught in the flat by the running back. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers, the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
The Scarlet Knights churn out another 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up the football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Catch made on the right side. Brought down at the 3 after the completion. The offense really threatening now. They've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up 2nd and goal. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Well, Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Returner tackled right there. That's when they'll start the drive. offense back out on the field now. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot. So sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? They'll feed the back again. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Not much on that play, brought down short.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. You'd be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's a short completion of the tight end. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
Crispy gets so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. I think the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and the quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
And tackled after a small pickup there.
What the man rented a very cheap.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Curiosity. He leaned in to take a look, expecting to see the other side.
He drops back in the gun.
Instead, he only saw a deep red, thinking that something red
Looks to the left, pass
blocking
caught.
the view on the other
Breaking
side.
free at the
He didn't pay
35.
much attention.
And a big
days
gain
later, he
down
looked
near
again
the
and
29. They're threatening.
You could clearly see
Chris,
the
all
room
week
on the
they
other
heard about
side.
how fast this guy
Wondering if
is.
the
The defense
obstruction had
coordinator
been
told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot. I think the reality is seeing it now in person. I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
Beginning to land his response, the man seemed to realize his phone slipped from his hand.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw.
And you guess
And that pass is hauled in over the middle. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
The running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Important second down play coming up. Handoff from the shotgun. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, they can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And that run produces a decent gain. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw, looking for his big tight end. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Akron. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And the PAT makes it 10-7. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. This one will be fair caught.
Personally, like, we're just going to try and see if we change something new.
Yeah, that's a good try.
Here comes the Scarlet Knights offense out. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. And they heave it deep downfield. The ball is caught for a huge gain here. And a big gain across midfield moves the ball inside the enemy 40-yard line. Rush set it down for the offense. First down.
We have 52K sitting at a 10.
You set it down after that completion.
You should do that.
I do.
Quick throw caught on the left side. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there. And the offense will have a first and goal.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defensive coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes. And this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
Keep it on the ground on first and goal. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it, because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. The timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Now they get set to kick it away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Akron offense back out there. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Extending the play now. Breaking free at the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making some changes at the line. First down, looking to throw the football. Launching it. He makes the grab. The tackle is finally made, but not before it's a huge gain down to the 25. And the Zips hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Here comes a handoff. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Boy, really good run by this running back. The defense fortunate to be able to bring him down inside the 10-yard line, but it's first and goal for the offense.
First and goal, handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Second down and goal upcoming. Handoff inside, looking for the touchdown. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on third and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Zips. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them up 3. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get us top and preserve that momentum. And the return man decides to signal fair catch.
You can't stop from entering.
Here comes the Rutgers offense on the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? He's running out of time here. He extended the play, but doesn't find the receiver open and goes down.
Well, the defense could not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. The quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
The pass rush closing in. What a grab near the sideline. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. There's the tackle, but first down yardage. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Undersized spider.
One more play before they head to the locker room.
First penalty. For sure. He said Jalen Hanson, my favorite player.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. In the clear at the 25. That's a big gain there, but he comes up short, and the clock runs out to end the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Zips will kick this away to start the second half. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the Rutgers offense is back out on the field now. They get the second half started with a running play.
Chris, you know, the slide era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with these defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back. He's going to throw for the first down. He's got a big game. He's out of bounds after a solid game. More than enough to pick up a first down.
That is high awareness for that receiver to know where the sticks were and adjust the route accordingly.
And the Scarlet Knights have 1st and 10 here.
As they breathe, the oxygen is slowly.
They'll try the right here. Pickup is 5 yards, so it's 2nd down and 5.
That's a good solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
First, under stress.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Trying to find some room. It's Hunt. He's found some room at 35. Tackle made after a big gain. But the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
The junior able to bring him down quickly. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Ball handed off. It's a fumble. It's a turnover.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
The Zips offense comes back out onto the field now, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
The receiver makes the catch, heads out of bounds, and a short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives him. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to the receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun.
Nice find there by the quarterback on third down. One of the most telling stats for me at the end of the game is how you do on third down. Being a good third down team is invaluable to your team's offensive success. That's why you drill it so much in practice.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Now run it. Hand it off to the running back.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. Right? It's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And they'll give it to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They ate up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down.
Let's ask you a simple question.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. It's a big gain all the way to enemy territory, tackled at the 45.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more third down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
You start freaking out.
The ball is hauled in.
You can't even see.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Just because how
Short completion there. Second down coming up.
You can't even see. This means it's just let go. You can't even out.
Inside give now from the shotgun. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. First and goal from the 9.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
And the Zips looking to punch it in here. It's first and goal. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Stop right there at the line. No gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so now you start to again.
They'll try to power it in right up the middle. Runs into the teeth of that defense, picks up just a couple yards.
As they get stopped here on second down, it's going to bring up a third and goal situation. And from this far back out, wouldn't be surprised to see them go through the air. Just don't want the quarterback to take a sack here.
Damn. Got him. A sack of the defense. They'll take momentum into the final quarter of play.
Yeah, let's pretend that we all pick and choose whatever we want. Okay, perfect.
So on fourth down, out-trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. This one is right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there. Perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. We'll call for the fair catch here.
So you can't build like familiar. Whatever weight that is good. You want to do like 20. And we do like the weight like 8 plus, man.
And the Scarlet Knights offense is back on the field. A fumble the last possession only led to a field goal. Can they shake off that mistake and get it going here? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to pull it down and run. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down to the 45, but a solid gain to keep this drive going.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Ooh. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit, they were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
Breaks loose at the 45. The junior decides to pick up the first down himself.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
The Scarlet Knights are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. It's the running back in the flat. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive.
Bear picked up. The crowd gets. Someone caught it on camera, and the footage went viral within hours. Overnight, the zoo
using his legs. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do well.
Yes, I actually think
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half.
Boy, anything at this point in the game, when you get down to first and goal, get positive yards, that's a good thing. Now, what will they do here on second goal? They spread this defense out, try to create some one-on-one matchups.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. The Akron offense back out on the field now. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. And the player is down injured after that last play. They take a timeout while they check him out. Second down after that previous play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Good enough for the first down to the 37.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place. They gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up the back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Zips getting set on 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. It's a quick grab. Running right through tacklers. Finding space at the 20. Touchdown, Akron. And they'll claim the 4th quarter lead. The offense is out there. Here comes a 2-point conversion attempt.
It's a subtle help. He gets ready to unload that right hand.
There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw.
That's that right hand.
Defense is coming after him. He'll run it into the end zone for a 2-point try to build the lead up to 7. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Returner decides to fair catch this. Here comes the Scarlet Knights offense out there. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. They begin with a quick throw to the left. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain in that play.
When you throw an out route against man coverage, and it puts a premium on a receiver who can set up the defensive back to be able to still have room to get to the outside and be timed up with a quarterback. That was great execution.
Here's the handoff. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
First down and 10 now.
Awfully quiet tonight.
Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball.
Let's go.
Picked off. Breaks loose at the 40. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Awfully quiet tonight.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Here comes the Akron offense back out there. So it's still a one-possession game. The offense would love to work the clock here, but they can't take their foot off the gas. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
First and goal. A late touchdown here would just about secure the
On
victory.
that bitch. Oh my God, terrible.
And it's a kneel down. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. What an amazing run these guys have had, and now they can call themselves champions of the Big 12. They've become a piece of the history of that great conference. And now with the playoff spot locked up, we get to see what they can do against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Come on, people.